Good afternoon, students. I am Dr. Binu Thomas. I'll be teaching sociology for you, the first year GNM batch, and also second year BSc nursing. Now, as per the syllabus that I've been given, the first unit is introduction, where you will learn about the definition of sociology, what is sociology, or what are the basics things, definitions given by different sociologists, and then you will learn the scope of sociology. Next is how sociology is related with what type of relationship it has with other social sciences like history, geography, or whatever you have learned. And then the importance and application of sociology in nursing. Now, when we come to the definition. Now, what is sociology? Sociology is a discipline in social sciences concerned with human society and human social activities, and it is one of the youngest social sciences. You had history, geography, all or other subjects, physics, chemistry, all these subjects, disciplines you had in the from the olden days. But sociology is a discipline that has been discovered in the very recent years. So that is why it is called the younger social science. Why? Because there was a need for the society, human society, and social activities and the social interaction that has to be learned about, or you should know about the problems that are there in the society. So very eminent scientists, they have found this social this discipline called sociology, and that is why it is called the younger social science. Now, Auguste Comte, a French social thinker, he is traditionally known as the father of sociology, and he coined the term sociology in 1839. So he was the first social thinker, a French social thinker. He thought, he felt the need to have a discipline, sociology. So he is traditionally known as father of sociology, and he coined the name sociology, and he gave the name for the discipline as sociology in 1839. Now let's see the definitions by different sociologists given for sociology. Auguste Comte, as we have learned, he is the father of sociology. Comte defines sociology as a science of social phenomena. So it is called the science of social phenomena. Whatever process that you have, your family, your interaction, all these things, the basic things that you have in the society, it is all coming under the science of social phenomena. And it is subject to natural laws. There are natural laws, there are invariable laws, new laws that have been put by man, the discovery of which the object of investigation. Because of this, you are getting the result, which is sociology. Now, according to Kingsley Davis, sociology is a general science of society. According to him, he defines sociology. He has defined sociology as a general science of society. Then, according to Morris Guinnessberger, another sociologist, he has defined sociology in the broader sense. Sociology is the study of human interaction and interrelation. So here in sociology, we are basically learning about the social interaction, social interrelations, and the conditions, how you interact with other people, and what are the consequences that you have. So all these are put in one discipline, and that is called sociology, according to Morris Guinnessberg. Then according to Anthony Giddens, sociology is the study of human social life, social groups, and societies. So according to him, he defines sociology as a study of social human life, groups, and societies. Then you have, then in general, we know that sociology is concerned with man. It is basically about the man, the social interaction, social relationship, and his society, the society that we live in. So this is a general discipline which concerns our society. Next, we have the scope of sociology. So all these were the definitions of sociology. I hope you understood about what sociology is. I think few students must have learned sociology in your junior classes in the school. So it will be easy for you, but for GNM students, it is very less syllabus for you. Now let's see what is the scope of sociology. According to V. Caberton, sociology is an elastic science. So social science, and accordingly V.F. Caberton says sociology is an elastic stance. You know elastic, how it extends in any direction. It is very difficult to determine from where its boundaries begin and end. So you cannot say from, you cannot give a boundary for it. You can stretch it to one end to another end. So it is an elastic science. As it studies the human life, therefore the scope would be very wide, because human life has so many interactions, so many interrelationship, that therefore the scope for this will be very wide. Some say it's a science and hence it would have a limited scope, because studying a vast scope can pose difficulties like conducting experimentation, observation, etc. are necessary for a scientific study. So when you talk about the scientific study, it is got a limited scope. Even in school, you have learned science. You do an experiment, and then you will conduct experiment, and you will see the observations, and then finally, these are the things basically required for a scientific study to find out something. If you have to find out the boiling point of water, then you will have to do the experiment and observe and come to a conclusion. But human life, you cannot have a specific result for it, because studying a vast scope can pose difficulties. There are so many difficulties in doing a research in the social life. Sociologists study individual actions in different social relationships, such as what is the relation between husband and wife, brother and sister, buyer and seller, etc., etc. So what type of relationship you have in the society, these are being studied by the sociologists. They also study various social processes such as cooperation, migration, conflict, competition. So how you cooperate with the other people or in the family itself, or how you migrate from one place to another, what type of conflict you have, what type of competition you have, all these are different forms of social process. The sociologists will study all these social processes in the process of finding the social phenomena. They also study various groups and organizations like family, caste, association, and state. So they also study various groups and organizations like family, caste, association, and state. Further, the focus also lies on the national issues like unemployment problem, caste conflict. So still more the migrants who have been moved to their own states during COVID. All these are different national issues that you have. So these are all coming in that. Then the next one, sociology as a social science has its own scope or boundaries. There is no opinion about the scope of sociology. So it has got its own scope and boundaries. For that, there are two main. This is a very important topic. Scope of sociology. Now, what is the scope of sociology? It has two main schools of thought regarding the scope of sociology. One is the specialist or the formalist school. Another one is the synthetic school. Now let's see, these are the two main schools of thought under which is coming under scope of sociology. This is a very common question for you. Now, specialist school or formalistic school. This school of thought is led by German sociologist Georg Simmel and other main advocates of this school, Virkant, Max Weber, Small, von Westonis. These are the main people, and especially for this school of thought, especially school of formalistic school, it is being led by German sociologist Georg Simmel. Then the main views of the school regarding the scope of sociology are: number one, sociology is specific, pure and independent social science. So it is what, according to this school of thought, they say sociology is specific, pure and it is an independent social science. Sociology studies the various forms of social relationship. As we have learned, scope of sociology is very narrow and limited. These were the different views of this school. Sociology deals with specific form of human relationship. So It is basically dealing with the social interactions. Sociology need not study all the events connected with social sciences. Simmel believes that it is a specific social science and it should deal with social relationship from different angles. So, according to Simmel, he was the main person who supported this school of thought. So he believes that it is a specific social science and it should deal with social relationship from different angles. So when you talk about the social relationship, it has to be dealt from different angles. Now the criticism regarding this, their views. So we have learned that George Simmel is the main person for forming the scope of sociology. So when you make any views of for a particular factor, then you will have people who will be criticizing you. So you have the criticism. Sociologists alone does not study the forms of relationship. Other social scientists also do it. So they want to say that sociologist is not the only form of social, do not study the forms of social relationship, but there are other social scientists also who do that. The distinction between the forms of social relations and their contents is not practicable. The difference between the forms of social relations and their contents. So forms of social relationship and the contents is not practicable. So you can't differentiate. Thirdly, the formalistic school has narrowed down the scope of sociology. According to this formalistic school, they have literally brought down the scope of sociology to a lower limit. Finally, the conception of pure sociology is imaginary. See, suppose if you have to talk about the social relationship that I have with another person, it can change. It is imaginary. Now I have some. I can behave well. Maybe after 10 minutes I'll be crying. After 15 minutes I'll be laughing. I'll be happy. All these. So it is just the conception of this pure sociology is imaginary. Thank you.